Hello guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. Today I'm going to do a tier list ranking the AFL teams based on how much I like them. This is just my opinion, I'm entitled to it. Yeah, and if you don't agree, then fair enough, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But just don't give me shit for the comments, because I'm sure I'm going to piss off a lot of people if this gets a lot of views, which it probably won't because it's my first video. But we can dream. And also I want to apologise for the really bad camera quality and possible bad microphone quality. I can see by the screen that the camera is really dodgy, but yeah, this is the best I've got. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and let's get into it. Okay guys, so ranking the AFL teams based on how much I like them, we're going to start off with the most obvious one, the easiest one for me to rate really. The Dockers, my favourite team. I love the Dockers, love the purple haze, love the colour of the purple, love Fife, love Brayshaw, I love the whole team. It's just who I am. Although I haven't been to Perth yet, was going to go this year, but bloody COVID came and ruined that. So yeah, had to stick with the games I've been doing in Adelaide, and tell you what, in the last few years they have not been pretty. So that was just... Let's move on to from my favourite to the least favourite, West Coast. Very comfortably my least favourite. Well, not very comfortably. There is another team that is very close, and you'll see them later. But for obvious reasons, West Coast is my least favourite team. Enough said. Anyway, I said that there is another team very close to West Coast, so I may as well go straight to them. Collingwood. I think I say it with every non-Collingwood supporter in our country. I hate Collingwood. Who doesn't, honestly? Collingwood, everyone hates them, unless you go for them. Feral. Well, I'm not saying that to anyone that's watching this, I'm just saying Collingwood fans in general are feral. So yeah, moving on, the Crows. Yeah, I'm an Adelaide local. My family goes for the Crows, and I was rooting for them in the 2017 grand final for my family. But in reality, I don't care about the Crows really. I just don't care, don't like them, don't dislike them, just in the middle. So yeah. Another team that's like the Crows, in a lot of ways, is Port Adelaide. Just another team that I don't really like and don't really dislike. Don't care about them. But I prefer them to the Crows, so I'm going to put them there. And to anyone that's watching this and says that the Crows fans are the feral ones in South Australia, absolutely not. Port fans are a lot more feral than Crows fans in general. But yeah, that's just from an Adelaide local speaking out. Port fans are the feral ones. Anyway, moving on. A team that I do like a lot, Essendon. Had their hard times over the last few years with the drug saga, not winning a final for 15 years. But I like them. I love watching them play. They're just a really exciting team, aren't they? Like, you can't... Well, I guess you can dislike them. But I really enjoy watching them. I think they've got some really good players. In my opinion, if they had a healthy list that was playing at their best consistently, they would easily be a top 4 team. But they're not, so they're going to have to deal with scraping in the finals or just in that hunt between 6th and 12th. So yeah, moving on. Melbourne, K-Dos's team. Just middle of the ground again. I don't have anything against them. Probably leaning more towards liking them than disliking them, which probably puts them above these two. But yeah, they're not on Essendon's level for me personally. But I don't have anything against them. So yeah, gonna move on now. St Kilda. You lot. If the Saints, if I was just basing this off the clubs, they would be in the B tier. But because I'm including the fans, they are down here. Purely because they just think they're so much better than the Freo because they've won one flag in 150 odd years. Pipe down. That's not really a good thing. I guess I can't really talk because we haven't won a flag, but come on, we've only been around for 26 years. Not 150. So yeah, you're not on Collingwood's level. You're not on Essendon's level. You're not on any of the big teams' level. So yeah. Speaking about big teams, Richmond, a team that I do like, have always liked them, but especially in the last few years, they've just been really good to watch. And I like the fans. I love the passion they bring. Yeah, they're just a good version of Collingwood, really. They're doing everything Collingwood does wrong, right. They win games. The fans, they're not really feral, they're more like, they really just, you know what I mean. Probably not, but you probably do. I don't know. Yeah, let's move on to another team that has struggled in recent times and is on their way up. Richmond have struggled in recent times and have got their way up. But Carlton, I prefer them to the Tigers. I do like the Blues, despite what happened with Mark Murphy. That moment, I put them below the Eagles. But in general, they're in the A tier. Oh, I like the Blues. I've got nothing against them. And I've got things for them, like Paddy Cripps. I enjoy watching him play. That's about it. But yeah. Anyway, the Bulldogs. Geez, this is going to look bad because they're another team that I do like. I can't say anything really like bad about them except for the free kick count in the 2016 finals. But other than that, I've got nothing bad to say about them. They've got really good players, a really good up-and-coming list. They're just exciting to watch when they're on. So yeah. Anyway, let's get down to the dirty teams that I don't feel all that fond about. Hawthorn, 2013 Grand Final. Not over it. In my opinion, you can't get over a Grand Final loss until you win one. So we could be not liking Hawthorn for a very long time. But it's not just that. I respectfully hate them for the success they've had. I just don't like their fans. Although I do like one of them because he's one of my best mates. But Hawthorn in general just don't like them. And another team that I don't like in general, like the fans, anything about the club, although one of my best mates is a supporter of them, Geelong. I prefer them to the Hawks. Dead just so. Just don't really like either of these teams. And imagine my disappointment when I had to make a separate video for each of them because they made the grand final for my TikTok competition. I was not all that happy. But fair play to the Cats, they won that. But don't like either of those clubs. Anyway, Gold Coast. They are middle tier. They're just irrelevant to the max, really. But the AFL is trying to make them look like they're doing well, but they're just never going to be like relevant, in my opinion. But I don't want them to move to Tasmania because I feel like if Tasmania get a team, they should have one that was built there, just formed there, not relocated from Gold Coast. Because I feel like if I were Tasmanian and that happened, that would just feel demeaning. Like, yeah, just stay in Gold Coast, I say, and make a team in Tasmania. But I feel like Gold Coast will eventually move to Tasmania. Gut feel. But anyway, on the Suns, I don't have anything against them. I don't have anything really for them. They're just like, yeah, they're in the AFL. Yeah. Another team that's like that for me is North Melbourne. But they're higher rated for me. For me, they're probably like the highest ranked B tier team for me. Because obviously the Kangaroo for one, Aussie icon, and also I just enjoy watching them play. I don't know why, but I like watching them play. Which is weird because they're not really a good team. But I just enjoy it. But then again, I got nothing. They're not as good as these teams. Anyway, I'm going to do a New South Wales team because I feel like I've really neglected them. The Swans. Going to put them in between there. I have no idea why, but I have never liked the Swans. Probably more because I just don't really like the people of Sydney in general. They just kind of stuck up themselves and prefer NRL. But the Swans, I feel like they could be in D, but they're not quite there. They're not quite that bad to me. But yeah, just don't like them. The Giants. I'd probably put them slightly above Gold Coast, just because I found myself really rooting for them last year in the finals, but then in the grand final I was going for the Tides because obviously I didn't want one of the expansion clubs that had so much help from the AFL to win a flag before us. So I'm never going to root for the Suns and the Giants in a grand final before the Dockers win a flag, because that would just feel bad. And if they won, I would be really pissed. So, and then again, the Giants could probably almost go down here, but there's something about them that I like. Probably the good players they've got, and cult figure Toby Green. I like how feisty he is. Anyway, moving on. Brisbane. Well, I've always liked the Lions, and then something happened a couple of years ago that just changed the way I look at them. And that is the Lachie Neale going to them. And for that, I'm going to have to put them down here. Just there. Because whilst I don't like that they've got Lachie Neale now, it's just, I definitely prefer them to these clubs. So, they're just going to be there. Anyway, is there anything here that I would change? Not really. I think that's good. I think it's good even balance. And Fremantle, where I would love to see them on the real ladder, where I would love to see them on the real ladder, right on top. So yeah, that's good, I reckon. Thank you guys for watching. If you got this far, again, massive apology for the bad camera quality. It's the best I've got to work with, so just bear with me for a bit until I get a good camera. Anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.